Welcome back. We're very excited about this. A new Fox show premiering in January. It's called Backstrom. Let's take a look at the trailer.
I believe that Backstrom lives on a higher plane of existence from which he's able to hear the universe speak.
Wow, that's deep.
It's deep something.
I'm you.
What do you mean you're me?
Toby dumps me.
I'm a typical rich kid who thinks someone else is going to clean up my mess.
I'm on a jury.
I'm a paranoid psychopath.
I need a gun. Where do I go? I get murdered.
Rainn Wilson starring in it, Dennis Haysbert, and Genevieve Angelson is here. Angelson, I'm sorry. Angelson,
yeah,
all right.
that's okay.
We wanted to make sure we had it right all morning long, but no. Just, first of all, we want to let people know about you. Native New Yorker.
Native New Yorker.
NYU graduate.
That's right, yeah. I went to the grad school at NYU, actually, and so did Rainn. So we
known each other for a while.
Well, we actually had never met, but once we got together in the audition for it, it was immediately kind of like I was with a classmate, and we knew exactly kind of how to push each other's buttons. So.
What is it like working with Rainn? Because this is really his first big thing since The Office.
He's the worst. Worst person on television.
Yeah.
I will find any way this morning to embarrass him possible, so please ask me the most revealing questions.
All right, what is the most embarrassing thing that we don't know about Rainn Wilson?
Oh, I don't know. He's actually just great. He's really, really an incredible actor, and I learned a lot from him. And I want to be able to make fun of him, but I can't. He's actually a really stand-up guy.
So Jen, tell us about the Backstrom. What's the show about?
So the show is about this detective named Backstrom, played by Rainn Wilson, who is unlikable in pretty much every possible way. Just addict, alcoholic, doesn't play by the rules, is always getting us in trouble. And my character is kind of his left-hand man who tries to kind of keep him within the lines and actually has a moral code. So, yeah. So it's basically just us pushing each other's buttons.
And in this show, you played Detective Nicole Gravely. What kind of preparation goes into a show like this? What kind of studying? Do you have to actually go on the job with detectives and see how it works, or is it more so getting into the character? Which do you kind of look at first?
Well, there was some training. There's some guns training. That was really fun, and I think a little terrifying for my mom. But I found that for the most part, the character was originally a little bit different. It had kind of gone through a couple of different iterations, especially like from the book and then creating it into, I think they had initially a little bit of a different idea of who she was going to be. And so when I came on to the show, what I knew was my job is to support Rainn, and my job is to make his life as difficult as possible and just annoy him in every way possible. So when I felt like I needed to figure out something about the world or who I was, I just looked at him and played off of him. That was really the biggest preparation I did.
And
the feel amongst the set. I mean, you know, there's a lot of excitement, I imagine. You're, you know, coming in, it's about to premiere. Just, you know, has it hit you yet that, you know, this is a big deal?
It's happening. It's
no, it hasn't hit me yet. I'm just excited, really. I mean, it was this crazy thing where, like, we weren't in Los Angeles, we weren't in New York, we were in Vancouver, where so many shows are shooting now. And so it was kind of like we all went away to summer camp, and like there wasn't really, you know, any feeling of the media or it was just us living with these sweet, wonderful Canadian people trying to make this show together. So it is kind of like, oh wow, this is really happening. Like this doesn't just exist in our little town that we created.
The show comes out January 22nd, but we do have a clip from it, so let's take a look.
Oh boy, okay.
I am professionally declaring this suicide a probable homicide.
What? Based on?
Gravely. Homicides, the Bureau covers meals. Suicides, we're on our own.
Who's up for a hot breakfast? Lieutenant? You were right. This is not a suicide.
Morning, Lieutenant. How was your physical? She asked if she watched him coming on the stove.
I could see, so it's supposed to be set in Portland, right? You filmed in Vancouver.
Yeah.
I could see the rain happening.
Oh, there was a lot of
Was there a lot of rain?
There was a lot of rain, and then they would create more rain by putting us under rain towers. So fortunately, because of my hair, I got to have an umbrella, but some of my colleagues were not so fortunate.
So is it kind of like Monk meets the X-Files, perhaps? Or, you know, he's quirky like Monk's character was a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, people have compared it to a bunch of different shows, but I just think that because
maybe?
it's, yeah, well, yeah, of course, because of Hart Hansen, the creator, but I just think that because it's Rainn, it's really, I mean, there's no one like him. You know, he's so funny, and it's so exciting to see him play really the opposite of Dwight Schrute, because like Dwight Schrute was this really meticulous, really kind of principled guy, and Backstrom is the opposite of that. So.
As an actress, would you say this is a dream role for you?
It's wonderful because I sometimes like to, well, my favorite thing really about the show is that the relationship between Gravely and Backstrom is it's so not cliche. It's not, you know, a love relationship. It's not a hate relationship. It's not a father-daughter relationship. It's really just two people trying to work together, and I get to do so much.
All
Looking
right.
forward to it.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see
Backstrom
it.
premieres January
Thank you.
22nd at 9. We want to let everyone know. And Genevieve Angelson, so nice to meet
Thank
you.
you so
Sorry,
much.
I mispronounced it the
Thank
first time.
you.
And come
Thank
back in
you.
a few months after it premieres.
I will.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And don't
I love
forget
to
us
hear
when
it.
you win your Golden Globe.
Yeah.
Come back and see us.
Yes.